Hi, welcome to Galley Gourmet with Chef Lisa. Today we're on board Catamaran Enigma, which is my boat. Well, I don't actually own it, but I cook on it.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, I do wish I owned it. And we are joined today by Chef Melissa from Island Eats Culinary Adventures.
Yes.
Melissa, I can see some amazing ingredients in front of us. What do we have here? What are you doing today?
So today we're going to just demonstrate a few plating techniques to get a couple of ideas, new ideas for people who think they can't make their dinners look pretty, but they can.
You know, I've very selfishly brought you in here purely to steal your ideas and use them for myself.
Well, I'm happy to share. So
Thank you. So I can see we've got some ingredients in front of us.
Yes.
What have we got here?
Okay, so we've got a couple of purees. This is a sweet potato puree. This is a cauliflower puree. Right now, everybody in the whole, everybody's on the rage with the low carb, but they still want their mashed potatoes. And I feel like this is a really good kind of meet in the middle
Absolutely.
kind of a vegetable. So
Just stepping in there for a sec with your puree. So the other day I was online looking at recipes, as you do, because just doing it as a job isn't enough, right?
Exactly.
And they're making cauliflower into rice, like breaking it down. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have.
Have you done it?
I have not tried it yet, but
That sounds kind of interesting.
It's actually, and it looks delicious, and people are taking it not even to rice, they're making it a pizza crust out of it as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so people who are gluten intolerant or, again, watching their carbs or something can eat a pizza, and apparently whoever they are, say that that the cauliflower crust tastes very much like a dough crust.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I interrupted.
That's all right.
So we've got the sweet potato and the cauliflower.
Yeah, and then we have a tomato basil vinaigrette. It's just a simple vinaigrette of a little bit of rice wine vinegar, olive oil, slightly sautéed tomatoes to soften them a little bit, and some fresh basil. And then we have a mustard tarragon sauce that is... It's delicious it's especially delicious with salmon, but it's also delicious with any kind of mild fish. And again, it's more of just to show you how you can make any kind of sauce look pretty on a plate.
What's in this one?
That one has a little Dijon mustard, mayonnaise, chives, tarragon, just a hint of lemon juice and brown sugar.
Yum, yum. Okay, so guys, what we might do is just take a quick break, and when we come back, Melissa's going to show us some pretty neat plating techniques.
Yes.
What is it that makes a secret worth keeping? Is it when you discover it for yourself? Or when someone special shares it with you? Sometimes it's the little treasures that no one else knows. The British Virgin Islands. Let's keep this to ourselves. For more secrets, visit bvitourism.com.
Welcome back to Galley Gourmet with Chef Lisa. Today we're on Catamaran Enigma on Tortola in the British Virgin Islands, and we're joined by Chef Melissa from Island Eats.
Yes.
Melissa, just give us a quick breakdown for those that might have missed the last part of the episode. What do we have here?
So we're going to do a few plating techniques just to show how you can make even what seems to be a very simple plate look beautiful. So I've got a couple of purees here that actually do very well when it comes to making the plate look good, and also to kind of keep things held in together. I have a tomato basil vinaigrette, and I have a mustard chive tarragon sauce. I also have just some sautéed tomatoes, green beans, and some red snapper.
And you've got prosciutto wrapped around
I
the
wrapped
beans?
some prosciutto around it. Basically, I just cooked up the green beans, wrapped some prosciutto, threw it in the oven for about 5 to 6 minutes.
Perfect, because the colour is beautiful.
Yeah,
too.
it adds, that's kind of what you want to think about when you build the plate, is you want to have bright colors, you want to have complementary colors, you want to have things that kind of pop out and complement all of it at the same time.
Lots of colour but no movement.
Yeah, that's not
good.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so first step, what do we do?
So the first thing, I'm just going to kind of take, basic ingredients. You're kind of sitting there going, what can I do to make this look pretty? And so I've got these purees here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my puree and just put a stack in the middle.
Okay.
That's going to serve as my base for basically for my salmon that I'm going to put in underneath. So I'm going to take a piece of snapper.
Uh-huh.
This is probably about a 3.5, 4-ounce piece. So if you have a heartier eater, you might want to add 2 pieces. But for
Okay.
this demonstration, we're going to use 1.
Sure.
So from here, I have my tomato basil vinaigrette. So I'm just going to actually take some of these tomatoes.
Beautiful.
And
And you grew these in your
I
backyard,
did,
right?
yeah. I have like a whole, greenhouse thing going on. So
Good, excellent.
I wish. We're not that good. So this is basically you've got your starch, you have your veg, you have your protein, and this really didn't take that much time.
It's beautiful, and gosh, exactly. People that are busy at home, that are racing to get to work or come back from work, they've got kids.
Right.
This looks stunning, and it's good to go. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
last minute dinner guests coming where you go, oh, I only have these things, how can I do it to make it look good? And then the other thing I love to use are the squeeze bottles.
Yes.
And this is actually just an herb-infused olive oil. I just took some herbs and cooked it with a little bit of olive oil, pureed it, and then strained it. And you can even add a little bit more green
Oh, look at that.
to make it a little bit more colorful. And
It's already popped it up already.
exactly,
Yeah.
the little bit of the green there takes it and adds such a nice component to it. And then if you want to even take it further and you have some leftover greens, you
Yep.
can even just stick that on top.
That is absolutely beautiful. It's a work of art.
Well, thank you.
Stunning. So this looks gorgeous, and I can see we've got a square plate here.
Yeah, so, again, everybody has different size plates. Everybody has different shaped plates. So, it's fun to just kind of play with different ideas. So this time I'm going to take both my sweet potato puree and my cauliflower puree. Now, some people wouldn't necessarily do both purees at the same time, but again, these are new ideas. You want to play with some things. So I'm going to do what is in industry term called a swoosh, which is one of my favorite words in general because I just love to say the word. So I'm going to just take this in the middle, and with the back of my spoon, I go out.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to do the same thing with my sweet potato.
And I mean, this is great because everybody obviously has a spoon in their
Exactly.
drawer, right?
This isn't any kind of special
Some
gadget you
fancy.
have to buy,
Yeah.
So then I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to swoosh that. Now, it doesn't matter if you get the middle part not so perfect because that's where you're actually going to put your fish.
Sure.
Or
yeah.
your protein, whatever it is you're using. Feel free to use chicken. You can use steak. You can use whatever you
Pretty
want.
much anything.
Pretty much anything.
Yeah.
So
Can you use kangaroo?
you could.
Just checking.
Yeah. You eat kangaroo, right?
I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Except it's hard to keep on the plate.
It kind of is, yeah,
Yeah.
because it moves.
Yeah.
We don't like that moving
No,
thing. Yes.
Sorry, I digress.
Anyway, so for example, let's take, we have this, and let's take 2. This way, if we've got somebody who's a little bit hungrier and wants some more protein on their dish.
Yes.
All I've done here is just kind of cock
love
it on a little
this.
angle for just kind of more aesthetically pleasing.
It is gorgeous. I mean, already, and I mean, I'd
Yeah.
be happy with that. But look at
Exactly.
you, you're going crazy.
So, and then you can take this and just kind of find a home for it. So sometimes you have to kind of play around with it, but then you want to do that.
Look at that.
And
That
then
is gorgeous.
Once again, you can take this herb olive oil or the basil tomato vinaigrette, I'm sorry.
Yum.
Add a tomato or 2.
Wow.
And then again, you can add just a little bit green.
That is absolutely beautiful.
Then you can also take, I can just keep going all day long.
You're out of control.
This is what you start these things and then you can't stop. If you have
3 hours later, they get their dinner.
Exactly. It might be cold, but it's okay. It's pretty.
Looks great.
Yeah. If you have some fresh herbs, feel free to add a little bit.
Beautiful.
And then, you can finally serve it to them after they've begged and pleaded with it for a few hours.
You're an artiste.
Aw.
You really are.
Well, thank you.
Let me put this one over here. I can see we've got one more plate.
All right, so the final one. So we're gonna take away a little bit from the basil vinaigrette. And we're gonna move on to the mustard sauce.
Uh-huh.
So this is one of my favorite ways to decorate a plate, because again, you use the very expensive gadget, a spoon,
Yes.
and you basically go around.
Can you swoosh that around the plate?
You could swoosh it around the plate,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's a different way to do it. Instead of swooshing the puree, you can swoosh the sauce.
I think I'm just going to incorporate that into my daily conversation.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
swoosh.
Swoosh.
Swoosh makes
Yeah.
everybody happy.
I like it.
Yeah. So then I'm going to take a little bit more of the sweet potato puree, and I'm going to actually this time, I'm going to layer the cauliflower inside.
Now you're getting too clever.
You know, I start to get a little ahead of myself after a while, and then I go, oh. And then sometimes you go, oh yeah, that didn't work. Okay, let's backtrack a little. So.
But if you don't play, you're never going to find out, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So
And, I mean, food is obviously good to eat, but it's fun to work with.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's fun to play with food. Even though Mom and Dad told us as a kid not to play with our food, it's fun to play with food. So, and then again, you take your protein, whatever protein it is that you'd like, and I'm just going to stack it like this, and I'm going to take my green beans,
Beautiful.
and then this time, just to give it some color. Of course, I probably needed a pair of scissors here.
I have
That'll
a
work.
handy pair of scissors. There you go.
Thank you. And we're just going to trim this.
These little vine-ripened tomatoes are so pretty on a plate, aren't they?
They are so beautiful, and they're so, I mean, yeah, the vine itself, having that on there itself, it does so much for the plate.
Definitely.
Trim this up just a little bit more. There we go. So you can just put a couple there. Maybe put this one on right there. That's exactly what I want.
Oh, Melissa, that's looking beautiful.
Yeah,
Absolutely
so,
stunning.
And again, you know, if you don't have the fresh herbs, you don't want to do the fresh herbs, but you kind of feel like there's something missing. Pepper grinder, one of my
When in
absolute
doubt?
favorite things. You know, you just add a little bit there, and it just kind of adds a little bit more dramatic flair, but doesn't require a lot more than just having your favorite condiment or second favorite condiment.
You've knocked it out of the park. They are absolutely stunning, and I will be stealing all three of those
Please
ideas.
do, and I expect credit when you take photos.
That's right. What was your name?
Wait, what is my name? Hang on. Thank you.
Now, if people want to learn more about how to do plating or any other type of Caribbean type recipe, how do they do that?
Well, Island Eats Culinary Adventures is a demonstration, cooking demonstration, Caribbean style. Basically what we offer is you and a bunch of your friends want to do a little excursion in, so to speak. You've come to the islands and you've done your scuba diving, your snorkeling, your parasailing, your sunning in the sand. You are kind of wanting to have a more nice night in, relaxed, everything. We come in and offer a cooking demonstration. We kind of show you and involve you in the cooking process and show you some ways to make your food a little bit more islandy. And along with that, we do, you know, kind of tidbits, information about the islands, a little trivia, a little bit of, you know, give you a little bit of information that you may not have heard from your hotel or your, you know, your tour guides around the island. We just make it a fun, interactive night.
So when, for example, if people were staying in a villa and they wanted you to come in, would you, obviously you're doing the demonstration, it's a meal then that everybody gets a chance to eat once
Absolutely.
it's prepared?
So it's basically the way we do it is a 3-course meal. So the guests actually help to create their own meal. And we get there, I get there, we talk about a little bit about what we're going to do for the night with a few little munchies, maybe a champagne cocktail to start. And then we kind of just dive into it and start working. I might put 2 people in charge of making the sauce and put 1 person in charge of grilling the fish or sauteing the fish, whatever it is. And definitely put somebody in charge of pouring the wine because that's always important. And we put together a 3-course meal, a starter, a main, and a dessert. And so then basically you get to eat what you've created.
That is such a great idea, and I mean, I've had so many past charter guests that have asked me, you know, are there any cooking schools here for when we come back again, and you know, how do we get in touch with people like that?
Right, right.
In fact, just last week I had somebody asking me that.
Oh, excellent. Give them my number.
I will definitely do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is a mobile cooking class, so we come to the clients
To you.
and kind of set up shop. So we can also show them how to cook in their own kitchen. Or if in the case it's a villa, you know, they can enjoy the beautiful place that they've rented for the week, and they can actually have a nice night in. And you know, that's always a nice alternative if you don't feel like dressing up and going out to dinner.
Such a great idea, it really is.
Yeah.
I cannot thank you enough. I know we've been lucky enough to get you in the past over at Moody Bay at
Yes,
Virgin
and
Gorda.
that was a wonderful time.
And hopefully we'll get you back again soon.
Anytime, you just let me know.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Today we're on Catamaran Enigma in the British Virgin Islands, and we are joined by Chef Kate from the yacht Pas de Deux, who was my very first chef ever through my cooking show. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's amazing to have you here. You're like my good luck charm. Now, Kate, I can see lots of yummy things in front of us. What are you doing for us today?
Okay, so today we're doing a chocolate molten cake with a licorice ice cream.
Wow,
The chocolate
yummo.
and the licorice go really well together. And the other bonus about this dish is it's gluten-free.
Even better. So you've got some ingredients in front of us. What's going into this today?
Okay, so I thought we'd make the ice cream first so that can get in the freezer.
Uh-huh.
This is one of the simplest ice creams you can make.
Yeah.
It's a recipe I got from my friend Susie Bowler, who writes a book about ice creams, which is great. And so basically I've whipped 2 cups of cream in here. And into that I'm going to add half a can of condensed milk.
Uh-huh.
It's super simple. And then after we've added that, then we can add basically whatever you like. I made one recently that I substituted the condensed milk for Coco Lopez, which is sweetened coconut milk, and I made a delicious coconut ice cream with white chocolate. It's really good.
Could you put key lime in that and make like a key lime ice cream?
Absolutely could. You could put key lime juice in this and then freeze it. So because it keeps it's just airy, you don't need to use a fork on it, you don't need to, you just mix it together, add your flavourings and stick it in the freezer. So I've mixed in my condensed milk now, and then I'm going to add some licorice syrup.
Ooh,
Sorry, no, first of all I'm going to add some licorice powder.
licorice powder. So
Yeah,
about how
so
much of that?
About 2 good teaspoons. So put that in there.
I'm guessing you get this from sort of more of a specialty
Yes.
store.
I actually got this from Denmark. I
Oh,
was there, but yeah, my brother goes fairly regularly, so he stocks up for me regularly.
yeah.
So it's quite a delicate flavour.
So you're just gently folding that in.
Folding that in,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm going to add some syrup. I'm going to add about 2 or 3 tablespoons of this. I'm not going to fold it in too much because I want to get the stratas.
I'm just going to smell that. Yeah, you can definitely smell the licorice in there. That's
Very
really
licoricey,
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good. My mother could probably eat that with a teaspoon.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Licorice definitely was a very popular candy from, yesteryear.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, I love it. It's very popular in Australia
Yeah,
still.
hugely popular in Australia.
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
And so now I'm going to just put this into a tub.
Okay.
And I'm going to pop that into a freezer.
Ooh, icy chocolate. What's going on here?
Okay, so in here I have 6 ounces of dark chocolate. If you can get good chocolate like Lindt or something like that, that's excellent. And we also have 6 ounces of unsalted butter. I've popped those in the microwave for about 2 minutes. Microwave them for a minute and bring it out and stir it, and then just put it back in again. You can do it over a double boiler too if you don't have a microwave.
Microwave's great though.
I love microwaves.
So
for
much
chocolate.
easier.
Yeah, much easier.
Yeah.
So we've melted those together, and that's just sitting there. And over in this bowl I have a cup of sugar, and I'm going to add some salt, about a teaspoon of salt. And I'm also going to add a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. Okay, now to save me sieving that, we're just going to whisk it up a little bit first.
And what's the cornstarch doing for this?
Oh, that's a good question.
Helping to make the cake rise.
Yes, I think it's helping it to rise. It's giving it structure. I mean, the eggs will make it rise too, but the eggs give it a nice densey fudginess to it,
Right.
as well as the chocolate and the butter. But yeah, that will help it rise, and obviously no gluten in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so from there we're going to add 3 eggs.
3 eggs.
Over there.
Okie doke.
Okay.
beautiful eggs.
Yes.
Just from picture from your farm this morning, were they?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes. Looking around on my property. And then if you want to whisk that together, give that a vigorous whisk. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla as well.
Very nice. Yeah, you can't go wrong with chocolate. I honestly, it's a terrible addiction of mine. If you opened up my refrigerator at home, the door would be bursting with chocolate.
I'm pretty good at avoiding it, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I have to have chocolate. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to...
You're going to pour that...
Yes, into here. Mix it all together.
Yummy.
Now it's really good if this can sit for an hour or so in the fridge, but we don't have time for that today, but that's okay.
So normally if you have the time, sit for an hour.
Sit it in the fridge for an hour, yeah.
Just gives it a more thickness?
Yeah, it just gives it the body, and so it's easier then to portion out.
Right. So
It's
now...
also a great dessert to make ahead. So you can make that and just pop it in the fridge and wait. Okay, that's good. And then more in there. Thank you. And then these now go in the oven for about 25 minutes. You can watch it. So sometimes it's 20 minutes, 25, depending on your oven. You don't want them baked like a cake.
About 360?
About 350.
350?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Okay, so we might take a quick
Yes.
break, maybe have a cup of coffee,
Oh, yeah.
and we will be back soon.
Right Way Food Markets is one of the most spacious and modern superstores in the Virgin Islands, with the largest selection of fresh foods, wines, beers, and liquors at competitive prices. They even have a provisioning service at just a phone call or click away. While in the British Virgin Islands, you can have your vacation home or yacht provisioned by calling 284-340-5954. Located at Passia Estate in Portola, British Virgin Islands, Right Way Food Markets is your most favorite grocery store, all at one stop. So call Right Way Food Markets at 284-340-2263 or visit www.rtwbvi.com.
Hi, welcome back to Galley Gourmet with Chef Lisa. We're on Catamaran Enigma in the British Virgin Islands, and we are joined today by Chef Kate from Pas de Deux. Ooh.
Yummy, yummy.
So, explain to us what you've been up to.
Okay, so this is the chocolate molten cake we made earlier. So that's now cooled down, it's on the plate here. And right now I'm just working with some sugar as a garnish. So I have, in this little bowl here, I have some sugar, and I cooked it with some water and a little bit of glucose. And I cooked it to, we got this lovely amber colour.
It's beautiful.
And it keeps like that.
And what's the reason for the glucose?
I think it makes the sugar more malleable. It just gives it more elasticity. So, as you know, sugar and water can be fairly brittle.
That makes it a little bit less sort of...
Yeah, it just makes
crunchy.
it less crunchy. Yeah, I mean, it does go hard, and that's the whole point. You can also do sugar sticks if you want, so you can do lengths like this, up and down. It's getting a bit cold now, so... But yes, it's a wonderful thing to use. It's very tough, though, to use it in this climate, as you can appreciate, because it's pretty humid.
Right.
Yeah. But it's nice and cool in the boat right now, so it's nice. You've got nice air conditioning.
Yes.
So, okay, so we have 2 little discs there, and we have a few sticks if we want to use sticks.
Beautiful.
So over here we have our chocolate molten cake, which is sunk beautifully in the middle. Now, these are really good cold or hot.
Yum.
I prefer them actually warm, but they're really good.
Either way.
And they're good because you can cook them ahead of time and leave them maybe for 20 minutes or half an hour. They're still warm in the centre.
Ooh, yum.
They're really gooey, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we have some licorice ice cream.
Ooh,
And we're just going to put a little scoop of that on here.
yum.
On there. And then we're going to do a little bit of icing sugar. Oh, well, sieve. I forgot my sieve.
You know, I have... Stay put for 1 second. Keep on chatting, and I
Yes.
will find
Here
you
we have some
my
icing
magic
sugar,
sifter.
which is a wonderful staple for garnishing any plate. You can also use cocoa powder if you have cocoa powder, but it makes a lovely little contrast there. We've also got some licorice syrup that we're going to use. Or if you remember, we had the licorice syrup in the ice cream as well as the licorice powder. So I'm going to do a little stripe of
Ooh,
licorice syrup on the plate.
wow.
And we're also going to do some dusting. Make it pretty.
Beautiful.
And also like to serve on a leaf there, because it just sets the plate off really prettily. And then we have some spun sugar on the top.
Oh, Kate, that looks
And
incredible.
we're going to use one of these beautiful little hibiscus. I don't know if you know, but hibiscus are actually edible.
Yes.
So it just makes for a very pretty
I like
dessert.
to go into the botanical gardens and chow
Eat
down
them.
on a few.
You get a bit peckish, don't you, when you go for a walk. And there we have it, chocolate molten cake with licorice ice cream.
That's a work of art.
Oh, thank you.
You're incredible, unbelievable. I know I have to. I don't have to. I want to try this. We have to be very careful because I'm going to photograph this. I might just go for the middle part here. I definitely want to try this ice cream. Don't want to ruin this.
We have another one here.
Wow. Yum. Okay, I think that's going to be my favourite dessert that I've had so far out of all the episodes that we've done. Kate, if people are interested in coming to Pas de Deux, and they should be because that is great, how do they do that?
Okay, well, they can find us on charter-pasdedeux.com. So charter-pasdedeux, so it's P-A-S-D-E-D-E-U-X, which actually means a dance for two in French, so because it's a catamaran.
Or 2 holes.
2 holes, yes.
How many people do you take?
We take up to 6. Yeah,
6
we're
people?
very luxurious, very fast catamaran. She's wonderful.
How's the captain?
Captain's awesome. I married him, so I have to say that.
And you obviously charter around the British Virgin Islands.
Yes.
Do you go beyond that?
No, we just do the British Virgin Islands. We've sailed all through the Caribbean, and it's our favourite place. There's no other no other place like it in the world. It's magical.
Oh,
Magical
I think
sailing.
so. Definitely. Well, guys, if you are coming to the BVI and you want to eat amazing food like this, which you should because that's crazy good, Pas de Deux is the boat to go on. Kate, thank you so much.
It's my
You were my
pleasure.
first, and
you for having
today
me
you're my last.
Yes.
I really appreciate you
You're
coming in. I know
welcome.
you're a busy lady, and I cannot wait to
Eat some
attack
more.
this. Yeah. Thank you, thank you,
No,
thank
you're
you.
welcome. Lovely to be back.
It's a pleasure to have you. So, guys, that's it for us for Galley Gourmet with Chef Lisa for this week, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.